Hey everybody, it's a beautiful day and I say sub.
Hey! In honor of LGBT Pride Month, we're going to do the coming out video, which many people have done before us, but we wanted to give our perspectives and our stories. We apologize for the background noise. That's our roommates making dinner. He's drinking a Corona. He's always going for the beer. And yeah, it's Twitter, always blowing up. How many followers do you have now, babe?
450 or 60, something like that.
And he didn't believe me. He thought that it wasn't going to go up, but it just keeps going
And
up by
bear
the
in
day.
mind, I've had this account for only like 2 weeks.
450 followers for 2 weeks. Not bad. My coming out story is kind of two-parted. And the story goes, I was over at my dad's house and he and my mom had been separated for a period of time, and my dad was living with his now fiance. And I was over there for a weekend, and I don't know why I got the nerve to do it then. It was just kind of strange. I had known for 6 years before that, roughly, so I was ready, to say the least. And I just, in the evening, after we had finished dinner and they were watching TV, or before they went to watch TV, I said, can we talk for a couple minutes? And before I could even say it, I just broke down crying. It was like this huge explosion of emotion. And I was just ready to say, and I didn't actually say the words, I'm gay. I just said, I tend to lean towards, the other side, meaning not girls. And my dad just sat back, did this, and was like, I knew since you were 8. And I'm there going like, what? And then I just started laughing. And Linda was like, well, it doesn't change who you are, and it doesn't change anything. And she was like, what's for dessert? And then we all just started laughing. Now, when I told my mother, that's a different story. I came out to her 2 years after, so I was 18. And needless to say, my other family members knew just from me telling my dad, and my cousins knew and all of that. My mom was actually one of the last people I ended up telling. We were at the Exton Mall, which is a local mall nearby Westchester, and again, with my dad it was more of a choice. With my mom it was more like I just had to do it because she was pushing my buttons and it was out of anger. And it was like, Mom, I'm gay. Don't you get it by now? So that was that was with my parents. So both my parents are accepting, but I just had a very easy time, I'd say, with that process. It was a tough time, but it was also an easy time in other ways. And what's yours, babe?
Well, I grew up straight, obviously most guys do. But I was dating girls, I had a bunch of girlfriends growing up, and I had sex with girls, just like one or two. But around 20, 21, I came out to my mom. I remember crying. I was so scared that she was going to hate me and disown me pretty much, and she wouldn't accept me. I don't have a father story because my father's gone. He died when I was 3. But my mom took it really well. As I was crying and I told her, she was just like, okay, I love you no matter what. And she's like, that doesn't change how much I love you. But she was like, I thought you were going to have, a wife and kids. I was like, Mom, I can still have kids, just not a wife. And she's like, well, whatever makes you happy, I still love you. That was that for her. Now with, her side of the family, maybe my dad's side of the family, a lot of people in my family was accepting of it. Some of them religious, some of them are not. They just don't accept me. They're like, I'm not saying all of them, but the majority of my family, I'm pretty sure, doesn't really accept me being gay.
They kind of disowned you.
Pretty much. Some of my mom's side of the family, part of them, some of them, yeah.
That's terrible.
I have lost a few friends, close friends that were guys, straight guy friends, because I came out that I was gay and they just weren't comfortable hanging out with me because I was gay. Later down the line, we kind of became cool, not like friends again, just cool. But yeah, so I never really had a problem in school because I didn't come out when I was in there. I came out really late, and it was half and half. I had bad experiences and good experiences, but I wouldn't change me coming out and being gay because I'm happy with him and I'm happy with life. So.
And just to end this, I think I'll say, to anyone out there who's confused or is ready or not ready, there's no particular time that you have to come out. It's different for everybody. I was 16. I could have probably done it when I was 14, but I just wasn't ready to say it and to express that to my family. And John was 20. And, there's people who do it much, much later in life. And it just goes to show there's really no time frame for coming out. You either do it or you don't, but you do it on your own time. Don't feel forced by society or forced by anyone but yourself to do it, because you'll know when the time's right. And that's my sound advice, I'd say, from someone who's been there and knows what it feels like. And also, when you do come out, that burden is lifted immediately.
I will agree with that. I remember having a pile of crap on my chest until I came out, and it was better. But for those that are afraid that people won't accept them, some people won't, some family members won't, but a lot of people will, and you shouldn't be afraid that someone's not going to accept you for who you are. Just be who you are, and whoever doesn't, screw them.
Exactly. It's not worth the time for those people, clearly, so they shouldn't be worth your time. That's how I see it. So anyway, happy LGBT Pride Month, and
Pride Month.
Even though we don't do that stuff, but I'll say it anyway since we are part of the community. And I think that's it. All right, well, see you next week. Peace out, Girl Scouts.
Peace out, Girl Scouts.